Well, welcome to another Inside Lansing, where today's guest is Chief Al Phillips of the Lansing Police Department. Chief, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me on.
So it's been a year. We haven't had you on in a year, and we're coming up on our big event. We always like to have you in on the studio because we can talk about National Night Out. National Night Out's the event that they have all across the country for police interacting with the community. And this year we're having it on what date is it?
August 2nd, Tuesday night here at Fox Point.
Great. And what's going to be happening there that night?
We're going to start off with a little pre-event on July 31st. We're going to take on Munster Police and Fire with the Lansing Police and Fire. It's going to be at 4 o'clock over at Munster High School. We've done this in the past. There's been 4 teams that competed. So this year we're going to have just 2 key teams competing, us and Munster. Start at 4 o'clock and just a friendly game, and then afterwards we'll have a little get-together. But
so it's basketball?
Softball game.
Softball. Okay,
game.
softball. Okay.
Yeah, so this is going to kick off National Night Out, and this year we're going to have the fundraiser with Munster's Resource Cancer Center along with our Diversity Scholarship. So we're going to highlight both of those events, and it's going to be cancer awareness. So Munster's going to be wearing pink, and we're going to be wearing baby blue for prostate awareness.
Okay, so that's great. You've got a lot going on there for the cancer awareness and your diversity. But also on the day of National Night Out, what's going to be happening on that day?
So we're excited about this year. This year we've asked the community to help out a little bit more, and we've already had $2,900 in donations. So our businesses really want to get involved. So this year we're going to have some of the same events that we've had in the past, such as the duck tank. We're going to have a bouncy house. This year we're going to add a train to it for the kids, cookout, hot dogs. It's really going to be a great opportunity for us to get together with the community and have them meet our officers again. Last year we had a good push with this. We had a lot of officers out there and a lot of interaction. And that really falls in well with our community policing and what we're trying to do. We want our community to know us. We want to know our community. So this is a great event for that.
Yeah, I think a community that knows each other, that's Channel 4 is here for too, is we're here to make sure our community knows what's going on, because a well-informed community is a better community to live in. I know normally for National Night Out, you also have your K-9 units that are out there that you get to do demonstrations. Is that going to happen again this year?
That's correct. So K-9 Rico has retired, and we've replaced K-9 Rico with 2 new dogs. This year we're going with some Labrador Retrievers. So we have 2 new black labs going to be our K-9 unit.
Labrador Retrievers. I don't think usually people think of, German Shepherds. So that's interesting. Why Labrador Retrievers?
I think this falls in a little bit better with our community policing orientation, that we're trying to really push for involvement with the community and friendly atmosphere. The Labradors are a little bit friendlier. There could be a little bit more involvement. And we're trying to get away from that scary aspect of the German Shepherd who's going to go out and bite people. That's what people are afraid of. But these dogs are probably going to be more likely to lick you than bite you. So we're excited about it. They're going to still be trained for drug interdiction, for currency, for different things like that. But they're not going to be doing any bite work or apprehension. So we're excited about this new initiative.
So think about public involvement. We also think about school involvement. And you have SRO officers. I believe you have one at TF South right now. Is that correct? That's
correct. Kira Bogan, Detective Bogan, is our SRO at the high school.
And you're looking to have another SRO at District 158 right now? Is that's in the talks?
That's correct. We actually just finalized that. I've been working with Dr. Nate Schilling with this initiative, and we just signed our MOU and have it in place. So we're excited to go forward this fall. We have Officer Jennifer Lewis is going to be our new SRO. She'll be housed at Memorial, but she's also going to be responsible for the other 4 schools with District 158. This is really exciting for us because Detective Bogan's very busy with the high school, and she's spread kind of thin going to the other middle schools. So now Detective Lewis will be teaching our danger program. It gives us a chance for the kids to get to know the officers at a younger age. Sometimes, when you get to high school, it's kind of too late to have that officer friendly. So now if we have this interaction at the middle schools, I think it's going to be a great chance to have our officers know our students better and our students to be comfortable with our officers. That's what we want.
Great. Well, one topic I'd like to switch over to is your diversity scholarship. I know you'd mentioned that earlier, so I didn't want to forget about it. What can we get an update on the diversity scholarship and what's happening with that?
Yeah, we had a great start. We had some community involvement where we've had plenty of donations. We've had $2,200 in donations, so we're excited about that. However, there was no interest in the scholarship this year. We put it out to the TF South seniors. I know it's a small group, but a minority group who was interested in going into law enforcement, and there were no takers this year. So I know we're kind of excited about next year because we had several juniors that were interested in it. So we're going to roll that scholarship over into next year and keep building on it. And we are excited about it because we have several interests. Got a chance to talk to a class there, and we're excited about the future of this scholarship and how we're going to try and diversify our police department even more.
That's great. And talking about that diversification, but also just hiring practices, I know that you've had challenges with hiring recently, finding new police officers. So you have an event on September 10th that might help with that?
We're going to test again for new officers on September 10th. It'll be at 9 a.m. More information will come on that on the details, but we hope to have it at our police department. But this is a struggle. Nationwide, interest in law enforcement is down. So we're really having a big push, not only for minority interests, but for everybody. We need more officers. We've had a lot of officers retire in the last year and a half. We have several more looking to retire. So lots of great opportunities here at the Lansing Police Department. We have a lot to offer. Great programs, detective, TAC officer, canine officer, all kinds of SWAT teams, ERT. So we have a lot to offer at our police department, and we're going to be a young department. So I'm excited about that, and I think we need a big push. We need help from everybody, though, with this. I need people to tell their friends, tell their neighbors, whoever's interested, have them come talk to me, do a ride-along, find out what's great about our Lansing Police Department, and push for us to get good quality officers at our PD.
Another aspect of policing that everybody knows about is, of course, speed initiatives and stuff like that, where, people, unfortunately will speed, and then, we have to let them know, hey, you can't do that. That's partially why, part of your job as a chief and officer, you have a speed initiative going on right now. Could you talk a little bit in detail why you're doing that and what's happening with that?
So when I first got hired, Lansing was really known for driving slow. We had a lot of officers in town that focused on traffic, and we had a reputation that you don't speed in Lansing. You don't mess around in Lansing. So we want to get that reputation back. We've had a few deaths because of speed that have happened out on Wentworth Avenue, and we really want to push for safety. So in April, our officers wrote over 1,000 speeding tickets. And we're not trying to hide this. We want everybody to know, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your kids, slow down, because there's no brakes in Lansing. We want you to drive slower, obey the speed limit, and saves lives. It's super important to us, and it means a lot to me. I was coming in this morning, and I happened to see an officer on a side street, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to get pulled over. I got a little nervous, to be honest with you. And like, wait a minute, I'm the chief. I don't have to worry about that. But I looked down, and I was doing about 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. And that's really what we want people to be, right around that speed limit without even thinking about it. So please slow down. Tell your friends. It's not a surprise. We don't get a lot of money from it. The tickets that we write, they're $164. That hurts. But we don't get a lot of that money. It goes to the state. So please, we don't want to write that ticket. We want to have our officers out there working all day and have better things to do.
Well, it's great to see you guys, see the officers out there helping to police and protect our citizens, both people who come into this town and definitely the citizens of our town. It's great to see you guys serving here and providing that service. One last question, of course, I would like to ask is, while it's important for you to help the citizens of this community, police need to help themselves too, and I know that you're big on a health initiative for your officers. Could you talk in detail about what health initiative you're leading right now?
For sure. So when I got hired as a chief about a year ago, I made a commitment to get a little healthier myself. One of the first events was a torch run, and I rode our bicycle in it. It's a 3-mile run. And I felt a little guilty riding my bike as a couple other officers were running in it, but I wasn't ready to run 3 miles at that time. So I had to push and train for the last year, lost some weight, and I did run in it, and I was very proud of that. I was excited about that. And Mayor Idem also made a commitment to me last year and said she would ride her bicycle in that event. So I want to thank her for that. That was great. But no, overall, we're trying to be a healthier department. Sergeant Steve Winkler is in charge of this program, and he's a big health nut. He's big into working out, and he's very inspirational. So that's who I want to model my goals after, somebody like him. So we're trying to spread that through the department. We have a new human resource officer at the village, Sue Bolda. She's helped us with our wellness program. So we're trying to be healthier, trying to spread that around. I love it when people bring in gifts for us. It's amazing. You know, but every time we go back to the break room, there's donuts back there, there's cookies. They're awesome, but our guys, if you bring it in, they're gonna eat it. So we're just trying to encourage a healthier behavior. I think it'll last better. It'll be better for their overall lives and help them have a better retirement once they reach that.
That's great. Well, as always, it's always good to have you on the show and always good to hear all these great updates. I'm sure we could talk forever about this, but I just want to thank you again for taking the time out of your schedule to come in and be on the show.
Appreciate that opportunity. We had a great community here, and we're going to continue to push for our community, neighborhood watch meetings, everything that we can do. I want to be out there for our community and listen to what they have to say. We implement a lot of the things that they tell me. We're here to listen. We're here to work for our community and keep it safe.
Great. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Inside Lansing.